Hey guys, what's up? I'm Arlene Santana here for therisinghollywood.com. I got a chance to sit down with actor Ben Feldman from the hit TV show on Lifetime called Drop Dead Diva. You can also see him on shows such as CSI and Medium, and may recognize him from a little film called Cloverfield. Why don't you guys check out the interview? Hey guys, what's up? I'm Arlene Santana here for The Rising Hollywood with actor Ben Feldman, one of the stars from Drop Dead Diva from Lifetime. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about how you first started acting. Is it true that a camp counselor at the age of 6 sort of coaxed you into participating in a little play called Annie?
Yeah, a little play called Annie. I think I was like 7 or something, and I went to a sleepaway camp, and his name was Ken. I remember that, and he was. He was like the drama counselor, and I was there to do like soccer and stuff like that, and I guess I was just sort of loud and abrasive and goofy and self-centered, and he's like, actor! So he put me in Annie, and like he was really, really excited, and I think he thought that like I was going to be the next 7-year-old big actor at this camp, and yeah, I remember him specifically telling me that the other kid was way better than me, and that he kind of let him down, so I guess I caught the bug.
The insecure bug?
The insecure bug, which leads only to artistry.
So right after high school, you decide to go to college.
The idea of not going to college wasn't there. Like you go to a theater school, you learn the craft, and then you start from there. And I remember I came to LA, and I had never even considered that there were actors here that didn't do that. And the first TV show I did, the main girl played my girlfriend on it. She was like, I can't believe you spent all that time in school doing fake shows when we were all out here making money and doing it for real. And I was like, yeah, I guess that's cool, but at the same time, like in school, I was playing, you're doing Shakespeare and Chekhov, and you're playing kings and queens and doing all these incredible things, and then you graduate and you come to LA and you just sort of play you in different outfits.
What was the big move like from Los Angeles? Did you know people here in LA? Did you have friends and family, or was it the...
I did. Well, first I went to New York, and I did a play there for like a year, and I thought at this point I'd still be waiting tables in like Brooklyn somewhere. And I got really lucky and booked a TV sitcom while I was in New York. I came out here, shot the pilot, and I had like some of my best friends, like my buddy Eduardo, who I make wine with, lived out here.
Well, let's talk about that sitcom. Had you ever done sitcom before, and what was that transition like, going from school theater and then getting on a sitcom set where there's timing, everything is fast-paced, and you have to be funny?
Coming from theater, sitcom is easy because it's like you're doing a play, except you're allowed to go, wait, I screwed that up, let's do it over again. So and the audience loves it when you mess up for some reason. So it was really easy. It was a lot of fun doing sitcom.
Did you learn a lot? The writers are constantly changing lines and changing jokes on you?
Yeah, that's fun for me. Not everybody thinks that's fun.
Yeah.
I remember the show I came out to do got canceled even before it went to air, the first one. But Adam Sandler was producing it, and we knew we were in trouble. And so Adam was literally on the stage writing jokes, like in between, we'd shoot the scene, and they'd set up and they're about to say action, and he'd hand you a script and be like, there'd be all these things crossed out, and then like one thing would be circled, and then he'd scribble a sentence instead, and you'd have to immediately memorize that and do it live in front of an audience.
I hope you kept some of those little scribbles.
No,
Adam
I didn't.
Sandler. No.
I didn't realize at the time how cool it was. But,
well, then you started work with Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Do you remember what that audition process was like?
A lot of the J.J. Abrams stuff, the way they cast all of the stuff mostly is they give you sides, like dummy sides from something else, not from the project, because it's always so secretive. And you go in and you just read those, and I was reading for one of the main characters, and I didn't get the part. They went to some other people, and that was fine, and I kind of forgot about it, and then they called me like a month or two later, and they were like, sorry we didn't give you the real part, but here's, this. The set was the strangest set I've ever been on, because you don't know, I think maybe some of the main people knew sort of what was going on, but they don't tell you what it was about. And so we're just sitting there guessing, like, is this a 9/11 movie? We'd be sitting eating lunch, like the cast, and then these like 2 extras would walk by in the background covered in debris, and we'd just be like, what the hell?
Trying to gather information.
Yeah, it was really strange. And then on top of that, there's no what's called coverage. There's, you don't get any breaks. There's not shooting over my shoulder and then resetting up the shot and shooting over, because it's all shot on this one guy's camera through the point of view of a camera. So the shots were these really, really long shots that would go on until he, in the script, turned off the camera. And you do like 40 takes in a row of these it was exhausting. It was it was cool though. It was really fun.
Well, let's talk about Drop Dead Diva. What was that like for you?
Originally, the part was a guest star in the pilot, and so they didn't own me. Like, it wasn't a series regular. It was just sort of like, yeah, I'll go in for this. It's just like a month in Georgia. I don't even have to think about it. I didn't really put much thought into it because I didn't realize I'd be back for the next 3 years. So I did that and booked it, went to Georgia, shot it in Atlanta. A lot of the cast was kind of green, and so they were all like expecting this to be the, you know, like they're shopping for apartments in Atlanta, and me and like one of the other actresses were like, they'll learn, the show's not going anywhere. And then of course it goes and it's a big hit, and they asked me to come back, so I came and went a whole bunch in the first season, and then signed a deal to be a regular for the next couple.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting us hang out in your backyard.
Thank you. Make yourself at home. You want to jump in the jacuzzi or whatever?
I will. Thank you.
Awesome.
Well, that's it for us. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm Arlene Santana, and this is therisinghollywood.com, your place for all the news on the stars on the rise.